HCTV Sports is supported by Biermeyer Financial Management, Retirement Planning Expertise.
First goal of the year goes for the Raiders.
Oh, beautiful shot there. Nicely done. Gets the pin.
Oh, was that beautiful? Onside kick, and it's recovered by Hastings.
And he's rung up for strike 3.
Double alley. Touchdown Raiders.
Welcome to Hastings Middle School for the girls swim and dive meet tonight. We have the Hastings Raiders versus the Tartan Titans, excuse me. This is HCTV Sports broadcasting live tonight. My name is Julie Urban, and we are excited to be here at the Hastings Middle School pool. If you're joining us, we will start tonight with the 200-yard medley relay. This is the JV heat. Looks like we have 4 lanes of swimmers. Actually, it's 5 lanes. So if you're looking at your screen, the top lane is lane 1 and down to lane 6. We have swimmers in lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Tonight, Tartan Titans will swim in lanes 2, 4, and 6, and Hastings will be in lanes 3 and 5. So in the pool right now for Tartan, in lane 1, we'll have Taylor Barron, Madeline Stanek-Carlson, Isabella Tucker, and Alexis Sanders. For Hastings in lane 3, Chloe Robinson, Stella Hilgers, Lily Meyer, and Fiona Olson. In lane 4 for Tartan, Margaret Brazil, Carmen Richmond, Maggie Mix, and Kira Riley. In lane 5 for Hastings, Emma Demlow, Lila Saltzman, Elena Herrera Carlson, and Savannah Pakacek. And for Tartan in lane 6, Georgia Brazil, Ruby Herman, Lexi Radanke, and Avery Robitaille. So this is a 200 medley relay. Each swimmer, there's 4 swimmers in the relay, each swim one of the 4 different strokes. Right now we have the swimmers swimming breaststroke. The order for the relays would be backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle. So we have the first butterflyer in the water in lane 5 for Hastings, Elena Herrera Carlson. The relay is always a fun event for the swimmers. Again, it is backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle. So a couple more butterflyers in the water. It looks like Hastings in lane 5 is in the lead for this race. Followed by lane 4 for Tartan, and then followed by lane 3 for Hastings, then lane 4 for Tartan, lane 2, and lane 6. Looks like Savannah Pakacek in lane 5 is finishing for Hastings, followed by Fiona Olson in lane 3 for Hastings. And the last swimmers for Tartan are just finishing in lane 6. That's Avery Robitaille. And into the wall swims Kira Riley in lane 4 for Tartan. And looks like her teammate Alexis Sanders in lane 2. A good race here at the end between the 2 Tartan teams in lane 2 and in lane 6. Next we will have the varsity, same event, the 200 medley relay. We have a full pool of 6 lanes, 6 teams. Again, Hastings is swimming in lanes 1, 3, and 6, and Tartan is lane 2, 4. I'm sorry. Hastings is 1, 3, and 5. Tartan is 2, 4, and 6. Starting with backstroke. Backstrokers start in the water, feet on the wall, hands up on a specially designed bar for backstroke starts. In lane 1 for Hastings, Emma Carter, Josie Larson, Kira Arness, and Annika Reese. In lane 2 for Tartan, Regan Hillstead, Elizabeth Acola, Mia Richmond, and Ella Teventon. For Hastings in lane 3, Lauren Jenkins, Clara Birkin, Ava McNamara, and Izzy Green. For Tartan in lane 4, Ella Fahey, Abigail Sorrow, Isabella Stark, and Lily Hunkel-Morin. In lane 5 for Hastings, Chloe Arness, Mari Hall, Ashton Stewart, and Greta Larson. And in lane 6 for Tartan, Mandy Whitman, Sydney Kaw, Allie Howard, and Brooke Singh. As we go to the race, they are on the second swimmers in the water for all the teams. This is the breaststroke. It looks like Clara Birkin for Hastings in lane 3 is out in front. For the 200 medley, it's down and back of each stroke. Backstroke, breaststroke, fly, and free. So fly, Ava McNamara in lane 3 for Hastings is pulling ahead even farther, followed by her teammates in lane 5 and up in lane 1. Tartan swimming in lanes 4, 2, and 6. Final swimmer in the water for Hastings is Izzy Green in lane 3. Greta Larson in lane 5 for Hastings. And up in lane 1 is Annika Reese for Hastings. The final swimmer in lane 4 for Tartan is Lily Hunkel-Morin. And in lane 2 for Tartan is Ella Tevetin. I know that I am mispronouncing. If anyone wants to correct me, go ahead. And in the chat, you can always correct me. And Brooke Singh for Tartan in lane 6. Next, we will have the JV 200-yard freestyle. That is 8 lengths of freestyle. It looks like we have 3 swimmers for the JV 200 freestyle. That will get started soon. Looks like it's 3 Tartan swimmers. The 200 freestyle is a hard race. It's considered a sprint, but it's a long sprint. 8 lengths of the pool. Ladies are climbing up on the blocks, getting ready to start. In lane 2, we have Maggie Mix. In lane 4, Brooke Singh. And in lane 6, Lexi Radanki. They're starting out nice and close to each other on their first 25. $50 down and 150 to go. Again in lane 2, Maggie Mix, and in lane 4, Brooke Singh. They're very close together, followed by their teammate Lexi in lane 6. In the world of swimming, a 200 is considered a kind of a short race. Even though these girls think it's pretty long tonight because it is a tough race. If you're just joining us, this is our first broadcast of swimming this season, and it happens to be the Raiders' first home meet. I believe this is maybe their fourth meet. They had conference relays. I think they swam Farmington and Two Rivers last week, and now they're home here against Tartan. The girls in the water right now have a 50 left. Brooke Singh has pulled ahead, followed by Maggie Mix in lane 2 and Lexi Radenki in lane 6. Singh in lane 4 is going to get to the wall first. Just under 3 minutes, well, just over 3.5 minutes, really, or 2.5 minutes. Maggie Mix in lane 2 for Tartan, just about to hit the wall. And you'll see that as they come into the wall, they do really hit the wall. They want to touch that pad with some force to make sure the timing pad, accurately reflects their time, and they're anxious to get to the wall, and they do hit the wall. And Lexi finishes in lane 6. As they crawl out, we'll get ready for the girls' varsity 200 free, same race, 8 lengths at the pool. We have a full pool of 6 swimmers. Lila Saltzman will be in lane 1 for Hastings. Elizabeth Acola will be in lane 2 for Tartan. Lauren Jenkins will be in lane 3 for Hastings. Reagan Hillstead, lane 4 for Tartan. Ashton Stewart, lane 5 for Hastings. And Abigail Sorrow for Tartan in lane 6. I'm guessing someone will be right around 2 minutes. The pool record for the 200 freestyle is a 1:53.10. That is a fast 200. Ashton Stewart in lane 5 is just ahead of her teammate Lauren Jenkins in lane 3 for Hastings, followed by Lila Saltzman in lane 1. The 3 Hastings swimmers are close, and the 3 Tartan swimmers are pretty close together. Almost at the halfway mark. Ashton will have a 1:02.103 as she flips for the second half of her race, followed by Lauren Jenkins in lane 3 and Lila Saltzman in lane 1, with Reagan Hillstead for Tartan in lane 4, and a close race between Elizabeth Acola and Abigail Sorrow for Tartan. Lauren Jenkins is moving up a little bit on her teammate Ashton. They'll hit the wall here with 1 more 50 to go as they flip. Underwater technique is important as they try to gain momentum underwater before they come up and start swimming. Lauren is definitely closing. They're almost. Ashton has a little more kick as she gets to home. She'll finish the race about 2:10, followed by Lauren Jenkins in 3 and Lila Saltzman in lane 1. And here comes Reagan Hillstead for Tartan in lane 4. Followed by Elizabeth Acola in lane 2 for Tartan and Abigail Sorrow for Tartan in lane 6. Nice swim, ladies. You can see the times up on the board for these swimmers. As the 200 free swimmers crawl out, the 200 IM. Swimmers get ready. We'll have a heat of JV 200 IM. 3 swimmers from Tartan.
Girls 200-yard line JV. In lane 2, Mandel Stefan Carlson. Lane 4, Isabella Tucker. Lane 6, Avery Robitaille.
The 3 swimmers from Tartan. We have Madeline Stanek Carlson in lane 2, Isabella Tucker in lane 4 for Tartan, and Avery Robitaille for Tartan in lane 6. Individual medley. Each swimmer swims 2 lengths of each stroke. And when it's not a relay and it's the individual, the order of the medley is a little bit different. So it's butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. Teammates are definitely cheering as this is a tough race. All 4 strokes. Some say the toughest is the first one, the butterfly. Some swimmers love it. As they finish the butterfly, they'll turn and swim backstroke. As with most sports, swimming has its own rules and rules for its sport, and the medley relay is full of those based mostly on the flip turns, or how they, turn from one stroke to the next. How many hands have to touch the wall as they flip over? It is full of technicalities and rules that have to be followed to make it fair for all competitors. So, as they come in, they have to backstroke, they will touch, and turn for breaststroke. Most backstrokers simply touch the wall and do what they call an open turn. They don't flip as they come into the wall on backstroke. And on breaststroke, it's really important. You have to 2-hand touch on both at every wall. 2 hands must touch. Breaststroke does not flip over as well. Do the flip turn. They touch the wall 2 hands, and as quickly as they can, push off and glide underwater. Do a pull, breathe, and kick, and start the breaststroke. Up in lane 1, Madeline Stanek is gaining on her, Stanek Carlson, is gaining on her teammate, Isabel Tucker. And Avery Robitaille in lane 6 has quite a commanding lead of this race as she is beginning her 50 free, her final 50. Every IM swimmer will tell you that they have a favorite stroke and a least favorite stroke. Even if they are a great IM swimmer, they have one that always gives them a little more trouble than the others. And for IM events, most coaches will tell you that an IM race is one during the breaststroke leg of that race. So Madeline Stanek Carlson and Isabella Tucker are finishing their last 25 of freestyle as Avery Robateo in lane 6 from Tartan won this event with a time of 3:16.75. These swimmers just hit the wall, they'll climb out, and we will be ready for the varsity 200-yard IM. Full 6 lanes. I'd like to announce the next broadcast will be Tuesday, September 13th, next Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Girls volleyball, Hastings versus Prescott. It's a home game for Hastings. We will be there broadcasting live, so make sure you join us and tune in for girls volleyball Tuesday the 13th at 7 o'clock. Brought to you by HCTV Sports. If you can't tell, this is not my profession. I am a volunteer announcer that loves swimming and knows a little bit about the sport, and I'm happy to be here. I'm thankful for a great producer who helps. So, for the 200 girls varsity IM, we have Izzy Green from Hastings in lane 1, Isabella Stark from Tartan in lane 2, Clara Birkin from Hastings in lane 3, Gabby Fleming from Tartan in lane 4, Chloe Arness from Hastings in lane 5, and Riley Hillstead swimming for Tartan in lane 6. It looks like we might have an open lane. A missing swimmer tonight, Gabby Fleming. Swimmers in the water, underwater as long as they can. It looks like Izzy Green came up first. Again, for the 200 medley, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. Izzy Green in lane 1 for Hastings, finishing the butterfly first. Move into the backstroke. It's a close race for second and third between Chloe Arness in lane 5 for Hastings and Clara Birkin in lane 3 for Hastings. Then we have Isabella Stark right now in 4th, in lane 2 for Tartan, and Riley Hillstead in lane 6 for Tartan. Swimmers are closing out their backstroke leg of their event and flipping over to the breaststroke. Like I said earlier, this usually is where the race is decided. The breaststroke is usually the equalizer. If you have a great IMer who's a great breaststroker, that is a plus. Izzy Green continues to swim well in lane 1 for Hastings, followed by Chloe Arness and Clara Birkin. Clara has very long arms. They might be several inches longer than her teammate Chloe, and we'll see who gets to the wall first for the breaststroke leg as they turn for their last 50 in the freestyle. Izzy has turned for her last 25. Again, the race between Clara Birkin and Chloe Arness is going to be very, very close. It might be decided by fingertips. Riley Hillstead in lane 6 for Tartan. And for Tartan in lane 2 is Ella Fahey. No, I'm sorry, wrong event. Isabel Stark. And it does look like a very close race for 2 and 3. So Hastings goes 1, 2, and 3. As Hillstead in lane 6 and Isabel Stark in lane 2 finish up. That concludes the 200 IM, and we will move towards the 50 freestyle, the fastest event in swimming, the shortest and fastest. We will have, we'd like to we'd like to acknowledge our sponsor for HCTV Sports, Biermeyer Financial Management, retirement planning, and that's really small expertise. Go visit Jim Biermeyer. He is a great community member and a sponsor of HCTV Sports. We are starting the girls 50 freestyle, down and back as fast as you can go. There are 3 swimmers in this first heat. They are Tartan swimmers. I am trying to figure out who is who. It's a little confusing on my sheet, but I think this is Avery Robateo, Sydney Couch, and Jordan Blank. All Tartan swimmers. And a second heat of JV swimmers. It looks like we will have 5 swimmers in this heat of the 50-yard freestyle. Again, it's down and back as fast as these swimmers can go.
Lane 3, Lily Meyer. Lane 4, Sydney Couch. Lane 5,
I apologize. I think that my names, the names I have on the sheet kind of were changed around. I am not sure who I have swimming here. It looks like, you know what? I'm not going to guess. We got 2 from Hastings and 3 from Tartan. They are doing their best to get down and back as fast as they can in the freestyle. It looks like the Tartan swimmer in lane 6 is in cruise control mode, and she is moving through the water. Hastings second, followed by Tartan up in lane 1, 3, and Hastings in lane 5. Nicely done. These ladies will crawl out and we will move to the varsity 50 free. I believe I do have correct names for this race with 6 swimmers in the pool. The fastest sprint in the sport of swimming, the 50 freestyle. In lane 1 for Hastings is Lila Saltzman. In lane 2 for Tartan, Ella Fahey. In lane 3 for Hastings, Josie Larson. In lane 4 for Tartan, Lily Hunkel Moran. In lane 5 for Hastings is Sophia Kovalenko. And in lane 6 for Tartan is Lexi oh my goodness, Radinki. Everyone's quiet for the start. This will be done in about 30 seconds. These girls, believe it or not, try not to breathe more than once each direction. I saw one breath. Josie and Sophia are out in front for Hastings. We'll see who can get to the wall first. I believe it is Josie, followed by Sophia in lane 5 and Lila Saltzman in lane 1, followed by Lily Hunkel-Moran for Tartan and her teammate Ella Fahey and Lexi in lane 6. We're going to take a break for diving. We're going to take a break. We'll be back for diving. Thanks for being with us on HCTV Sports. Welcome back. This is HCTV broadcasting live from the Hastings Middle School pool. We are getting set for the diving portion of the meet tonight. This is the Hastings Raiders versus the Tartan Titans. We have a few exhibition divers tonight. Our first diver was from Tartan, Taylor Barron. And we hope she is doing okay because that looked like it might have hurt a little bit. Second diver is Cameron Gordon from Tartan. She's doing a back dive in the straight position. The degree of difficulty is a 1.7. Madeline Stanek Carlson from Tartan doing the same dive, a back dive in the straight position. Difficulty of 1.7. She gets a 3.5, a 3.5, and a 3.5. Next diver is Elena Herrera Carlson from Hastings. She is doing a back dive in the straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. So really the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divers are doing the same dive. Again, this is Elena Herrera Carlson. Scores for Elena are 5, 4.5, and 5. This is Greta Larson from Hastings. Same dive, the back dive. Scores for Greta, 6, 7, and 5.5. Ava McNamara is up next for Hastings. Scores for Ava, 4, 5.5, and 5. Mari from Hastings is the next diver. Same dive, the back dive, straight position. Scores for Mari are 6, 6.5, and 6. Next diver is Isabella Stark from Tartan. She too is doing the back dive. Scores for Isabella, 4, 4, and 3.5. Chloe Arness from Hastings is next. She is doing a back dive, but in the pike position. Nice dive by Chloe. Her scores are 7, 8, and 8. Caitlin Ballas is next from Tartan. She is doing a back dive in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty is a 1.5. Scores for Caitlin, 4, 4.5, and 4. Ashton is the final diver in in round 1. Ashton Stewart from Hastings doing a back dive in the straight position. It was a beautiful dive. 8, 8.5, and 7. That finishes round 1. We're on to round 2. Taylor Barron from Tartan will start with a forward dive in the straight position. There are 6 rounds of dives. The first 2 rounds have a few of exhibition divers that are giving it a try. Scores for Taylor, 4, 4, and 3. I'm always impressed when athletes decide to try something new. It's good to learn a new skill, try something new, maybe face a fear. Diving board would make a number of people fearful. The second diver is Cameron Gordon. She's from Tartan. She's doing a forward dive in the tuck position. 4, 3.5, and 4.5. Way to go, Cameron. Madeline Stanek-Carlson from Tartan, a forward dive in the straight position. Degree of difficulty is a 1.4. So in diving, each dive is given a degree of difficulty, which does affect the scoring. So diving is a little bit complex in the scoring. Judges for Madeline scores were, I think, were a 4, 4, and a 3.5. Elena from Hastings, back 1 somersault in the tuck position. Five and a half, 5, and 5. Next diver is Greta from Hastings. She's doing a forward 1.5 somersault in the pike position. Impressive dive, 5, 5.5, and 5.5. Ava McNamara from Hastings is next. Ava will do a back 1.5 somersault in the tuck position. The Hastings Raiders dive team has gained a few divers this season that have been known to be mostly just swimmers. Ava is one of them. 1.5 somersaults. Scores for Ava, 5.5, 5.5, and 4.5. Mari Hall from Hastings doing a back 1 somersault in the tuck position. Scores for Mari, 5.5, 5.5, and 5.5. Next is Isabella from Tartan, inward dive, tuck position. Five, 4.5, and 5.5. Chloe Arness from Hastings is next. She will do a back 1.5 somersault in the tuck position. Scores from for Chloe, 5.5, 5.5, and 5.5. Caitlin Ballas is next from Tartan. Reverse dive, tuck position. That was the first reverse dive we've seen tonight. Scores 4.5, 4.5, and a 5.5, I believe. Last dive for round 2. Ashton Stewart, Hastings Raiders, back 1.5 somersaults. Scores for Ashton, 6, 7, and 6. Moving on to round 3, Elena. I think I'm saying that wrong. Eliana Herrera Carlson from Hastings. Forward dive, tuck position, degree of difficulty is a 1.2. If you're new to watching diving, 6, 6, and a 5.5. If you're new to watching diving, dives are described by the way that, the diver goes off the end of the board. We have back dives, front dives, reverse, inward, somersaults in the pike, the tuck, a straight position. This is Greta Larson from Hastings, and that was a reverse. Scores 5, 5.5, and 5.5. That was a reverse 1 somersault. This is Ava McNamara, Hastings Raiders, inward dive, 1.5 degree of difficulty. Four and a half, 5, and 6.5. Mari Hall from Hastings. Forward dive in the tuck position. Diving is scored by the judges based on body position and entry into the water, how straight the diver goes off the board, how straight they go into the water, how far away they are from the board affects a score. Eight, 6.5, and 7. Isabel Stark from Tartan, forward dive, straight position, 1.4 difficulty. Scores for Isabella, 3, 3, and 4. Chloe Arness is next for Hastings. She is doing a back 1.5 somersault with a half twist. Degree of difficulty is a 2.1. So far, this 2.1 is the highest degree of difficulty tonight. She got it all in there. 5, 6, I'm sorry, 6, 6, and 6. Caitlin from Tartan doing inward dive in the tuck position. Six, 5.5, and 6. Ashton for Hastings. Her third dive will be an inward 1 somersault in the tuck position. Scores for Ashton 6.5, 6.5, and 6.5. That concludes round 3. Round 4. Ellie Herrera Carlson from Hastings, 1.6 degree of difficulty, a forward 1.5 somersaults. Scores 3.5, 3.5, and 3. Greta Larson from Hastings is next. Inward dive pike, 1.5. Scores for Greta, 6, 6, and 6. Ava McNamara from Hastings, dive 403C, an inward 1.5 somersault, a 2.2 degree of difficulty. Scores for Ava, 4, 4.5, and a 5. Mari Hall from Hastings is next, doing dive 103C, a forward 1.5 somersault. Six, 6.5, and 6. Isabella Stark from Tartan is next, a back dive with a half twist. Scores 3.5, 4, and 3. Chloe Arness from Hastings is next, doing a back 1 somersault with 1.5 twists. Degree of difficulty is a 2.3. Scores 6.5, 6.5, and 6. Caitlin from Tartan is next, a forward 1 somersault in the pike position, 1.5 degree of difficulty. Scores for Caitlin, 4.5, 5, and 5. Ashton Stewart from Hastings. A back, 1 somersault, 1.5 twists in the free position. Degree of difficulty is 2.3. It's the same dive that her teammate Chloe did in this same round. Six and a half, and 7. That concludes round 4. Round 5 of diving. We start with Eliana Herrera Carlson, Hastings, inward dive in the tuck position. Dive 401C, 1.4 degree of difficulty. Scores 5.5, 5.5, and 5. Greta Larson from Hastings is next. She's doing dive 5223D. It's the same one her teammates have done, the back 1 somersault, but with 1.5 twists. Scores from Greta, 5, 5, and 5.5. Ava McNamara from Hastings is next. She will do a forward 1.5 somersault. Scores for Ava, 6, 6, and 6. Mari Hall from Hastings is next. She'll do a forward 1 somersault with a half twist. Degree of difficulty is 1.7. You can see as each diver gets ready, they set that big round wheel, which serves as a fulcrum for the diving board, and adjust probably the bounciness or responsiveness of the diving board itself based on each of the divers' preferences, based on the dive they're doing and how they like the board. Scores 4, 4, and 4.5. Isabella Stark from Tartan, forward 1.5 somersaults. Scores for Isabella, 4.5, 4.5, and 5. Chloe Arness from Hastings is next. She will do a forward 2 somersaults in the tuck position. Six and a half, and 7. Caitlin Ballas from Tartan, forward 1 somersault, 1 twist in the free position. A 1.9 degree of difficulty. Scores for Caitlin, 5.5, 5, and 6. Ashton Stewart from Hastings will do dive 103C. It's a forward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position. Five and a half, and 5.5. That concludes round 5, moving into our 6th and final round. The final dives for each of these divers. Ellie from Hastings will do a forward, 1 somersault with a half twist. Scores for Ellie. 2, 2, and 2.5. Greta Larson from Hastings is next. She will do the back 1.5 somersault with a half twist. Scores from Greta, 6, 4.5, and 5. Ava McNamara, Hastings is next. Her final dive is the reverse dive in the pike position. Five and a half, 6.5, and 5.5 for Ava's final dive. Mari Hall's final dive is the inward dive in the tuck position. Beautiful entry, 8.5, 8.5, and 8. Isabel from Tartan's final dive is a reverse dive in the tuck position. Two, 2.5. Chloe Arness from Hastings, her final dive will be an inward dive in the pike position. Scores for Chloe, 8, 8.5, and 8. Caitlin Ballas from Tartan, her final dive will be the forward 1.5 somersault tuck position. Nicely done. 5, 5, and 6. Final dive for Ashton from Hastings is a forward 2 somersault tuck position. Scores for Ashton, 6.5, 6.5, and 7. That will conclude diving. We will return after a brief break for the remainder of the swim meet. Thanks for joining us.
in fifth place, Taylor.
We are back live at Hastings Middle School. This is HCTV broadcasting live from Hastings Middle School. The Hastings Raiders girls swim and dive meet versus the Tartan Titans. We finished the first part of the swim meet, which included diving.
Second, Ashton. First place, Chloe.
We were just announcing the scores for diving. If I caught them, the Hastings divers were Chloe, Ashton, and Mari Hall were the top three. That's who I caught.
In lane 1, Emma Carter.
So we will start with the the varsity 100 butterfly. 4 swimmers for this. Right now, the score is the home team of the Hastings Raiders, 64-14 for Tartan. This is the 100 butterfly, 4 swimmers. Lane 1, Emma Carter. Lane 3, Elena Herrera Carlson. Lane 4, Gabby Fleming from Tartan. And in lane 5, Stella Hilgers from Hastings. And it looks like it's just the 3 Hastings swimmers. 100 fly, 4 lengths of butterfly. Hastings swimmers, again, Emma Carter in lane 1. In lane 3 is Ellie Herrera Carlson. And in lane 5, Stella Hilgers. Halfway done. For the butterfly, the swimmers use the dolphin kick. People who are not swimmers often refer to the butterfly that it looks like it would be so hard. And it is hard, but some swimmers love the fly and are great at it. It is a full body workout, that is for sure. Swimmers finishing their last 25. Looks like Ellie Herrera Carlson in lane 3 will touch the wall first, followed by her teammate Emma Carter in lane 1 and Stella Hilgers in lane 5. Nice race, ladies. We will move on to event 13, which is the girls 100-yard freestyle. Our JV heat will have 3 swimmers from Tartan.
Event 13, girls 100-yard freestyle JV.
Lane 2, Cameron Gordon. Lane 4, Margaret Brazil. And in lane 6, Georgia Brazil. All for Tartan. JV 100-yard freestyle.
Lane 4, Margaret Brazil. Lane 6, Georgia Brazil.
The 100 free is 4 lengths of freestyle as fast as you can go. Cameron Gordon in lane 2 takes an early lead, followed by Margaret Brazil in 4 and Georgia Brazil in 6. 4 lengths of freestyle. Halfway there. Gordon in lane 2 and Margaret Brazil in lane 4. Margaret is inching up a little bit on her teammate as they turn for their last 25. See the kick increase as Margaret Brazil is pulling ahead of her teammate Cameron Gordon up in lane 2. Well, it looks like Margaret will hit the wall first, followed by Cameron Gordon in lane 2. And Georgia Brazil in 6 is finishing up her race. The 100-yard freestyle. We'll move to event 14, which is the varsity 100-yard freestyle. We'll have 6 lanes of swimmers. If you happen to have just joined us and are wondering, lane 1 is at the top of your screen, and lane 6 is at the bottom of your screen. We haven't acknowledged coaches for Hastings Raiders. Katie McKelvin is head coach Jerry Rupp, followed by Brianna Arness, and one more over, Dylan Anderson. I also believe Lauren LeMay is helping coach this year for the Hastings Raiders. So in lane 1, Greta Larson, Hastings. In lane 2, Kira Riley, Tartan. In lane 3, Emma Demlow from Hastings. In lane 4, Ella Tvetin for Tartan. In lane 5, Annika Reese, Hastings. And in lane 6, Kimber Olgwin Bennett from Tartan. Swimmers are in the water. Looks like Emma Demlow in lane 3 has pulled ahead a little bit. She is a new young swimmer from Hastings. She is in 7th or 8th grade. I cannot remember which. She is closely followed by her teammate Annika in lane 5. They flip for their second 50. Emma still has a slight lead over Annika, followed by Ella from Tartan in lane 4 and Greta Larson up in lane 1 from Hastings, followed by Kira Riley. This is quite a race in the pool right now. From my angle, I think Annika is going to outtouch her teammate Emma, and she does. Annika for Hastings, followed by Emma, followed by Greta for Hastings. The first Tartan swimmer is Ella Tvetin it was in lane 4. Kira Riley was in lane 2, followed by Kimber in lane 6. That's a close race. 1 minute, 0.76 and a 101.48. The next event is the longest event of the night. We have one heat of the varsity 500 freestyle. We've had the shortest at the 50. We added another 0. This is the 500. It is 20 lengths, 10 laps, 20 lengths. It's long enough that the swimmers get help from a teammate that will count for them and remind them with cards at the far end of the pool what lane or what lap length they are on, excuse me. We have 6 swimmers for this 500. I'll announce them right after they start. In lane 1 for Hastings is Chloe Robinson. In lane 2 for Tartan, Carmen Richmond. In lane 3 for Hastings, Mari Hall. In lane 4 from Tartan, Riley Hillstead. In lane 5 for Hastings is Lily Meyer. And in lane 6 for Tartan is Mandy Whitman. 1 down, 19 to go. They seem kind of nice and bunched together as they are finishing their first 50. This first split at about 35 seconds will probably be one of their fastest. Then they'll kind of get into cruise mode for this race. Right now, Chloe Robinson up in lane 1 for Hastings is leading slightly. She is a senior this year. Followed by her teammate, Mari Hall, who is also a 7th or 8th grader. I can't totally remember. Hastings has a few young swimmers. And next to Mari in lane 4 for Tartan is Riley Hillstead. The 500 is the longest race in the high school, the Minnesota State High School League. In swimming, it's actually one of the it's a shorter distance in distance swimming. There is the 800, there's the 1,000, there's the 1,500 and the mile, which is a long swim. But this is a distance event for sure. Chloe Robinson and Mari Hall for Hastings are pulling ahead a little bit, followed by Riley Hillstead for Tartan in lane 4. And then we have Lily Meyer for Hastings, Mandy Whitman, and Carmen Richmond up in lane 2 that are kind of bunched together. We'll see how this race goes. You can see teammates at the far end of the pool cheering. This is a long race and it takes endurance, and it's great to have people cheer. Mari has pulled ahead with open water between her toes and the fingers of Chloe Robinson up in lane 1. Mari has grown up as a swimmer, a club swimmer, and has joined the high school team this year. So this is a race she has swam a number of times. She has reached the halfway mark, is at length 11. Riley Hillstead for Tartan in lane 4 is creeping up on Chloe Robinson for Hastings up in lane 1. As the Tartan swimmers, Carmen Richmond and Mandy Whitman are very, very, very close, followed by Lily Meyer for Hastings in lane 5. Mari Hall with a split of 39 seconds. My guess is that she will hold that split pretty well until the final 50, where she will try to kick it into another gear to finish as fast as she can. Riley Hillstead and Chloe Robinson are swimming for second and third place, followed by Carmen Richmond and Mandy Whitman. Mari Hall keeps tooling along. Just a few highlights. Boys soccer from Hastings takes down Tartan in an exciting game that ended Hastings 5 and Tartan 4. And girls tied at 0 with 12 minutes into the game. Is that for soccer as well? Soccer, girls soccer. Sorry, I was getting a few highlights. Mari splits holding right at 40 seconds. A nice swim for Mari. Riley Hillstead continues to pull ahead of Chloe Robinson up in lane 1. Coaches encouraging their swimmers to kick. And to keep moving forward, there we have the bell. A 500 freestyler swimmer's favorite noise is the sound of the bell that rings over their head if they are in first place and they turn for their last 50. Mari did hold a 39 on that split. I expect her to finish in the 6:30 mark. Maybe a 6:40. Riley Hillstead from Tartan in lane 4 getting close. This is her last 25. And Chloe Robinson for Hastings is finishing up as well, her last 25. Mari finished with a 6:28. Followed by Riley Hillstead with a 6:41. Chloe Robinson in lane 1 finished third with a 6:52. Lane 2 was Carmen Richmond from Tartan with a 6:56. A 6:56, ooh, tight race between 2 and 4 for Tartan. And Lily Meyer from Hastings in lane 5. Just a note to say thank you to the Tartan fans tuning in tonight. The SCC SCCTV is picking this up and will rebroadcast it at some point. And we'll say thank you to them as a broadcast partner. We'll move on to a fast relay, the 200 free relay. We'll have a JV heat first with 1 team from Hastings and 3 teams from Tartan. 200 freestyle relay, each swimmer swims a 50 as fast as they can. Relays, the timing of the exchange, you know, in running for track, you have a baton. You exchange from one runner to the next. Well, you don't have a baton in swimming, so the timing is important. The rule is that the hands of the swimmer in the water must touch the wall before the toes of the swimmer on the blocks leave the blocks. So the timing is crucial because, of course, your body could be moving forward off the blocks as the fingers are touching the wall, but the feet can't touch or leave the blocks before the fingers touch the wall. So swimmers practice their relay starts, and they are crucial. Teams can be disqualified for a bad exchange, and that obviously can be hugely disappointing. So the coaches are getting swimmers organized here for the 200-yard freestyle. Sometimes it is hard to get all the swimmers in the right order. A lot of moving parts. A shout out to coaches both from Hastings and Tartan for leading these teams well tonight. And we'll wave and say hi. No one told me I'd actually be on camera too. Okay, it looks like we are ready. The girls are up on the blocks. And in the end, it looks like we only have 3 relays in the water. So I hope I get the names right of those who are swimming. Savannah Pakacek for Hastings in lane 1. Her teammates will be Kaden Butler, Fiona Olson, and Chloe Robinson. For Tartan in lane 2, Avery Robitaille, Kira Riley, Ruby Herman, and Kimberly Olgwin Bennett. And in Tartan, in lane 6 for Tartan, Cameron Gordon, Margaret Brazil, Taylor Barron, and Georgia Brazil. So the first swimmer is nearing the end of their leg of the relay. And the second swimmers are getting ready and getting in the water. For Hastings, that is Caden Butler in lane 1. For Tartan in lane 2, that is Kira Riley. And for Tartan in lane 6, that's Margaret Brazil. Done with their first 25, they're headed back to the wall where they will exchange with the third swimmer. It's like the Tartan team in lane 2 is catching up to the Hastings team in lane 1. And the Tartan teams hit the water for together right at the same time. So the third swimmers, Fiona Olson, Ruby Herman, and Taylor Barron. In lanes 1, 3, and 6, respectively. A lot can happen in a relay. Leads can switch a lot as the different swimmers swim their lengths. New update from girls soccer. Hastings girls are down 1-0 with 6 minutes left in the first half. They also are playing Tartan, so it is a night of Tartan versus Hastings from the pool to the soccer fields. And a close race up in lanes 1 and 2 between Chloe Robinson and Kimberly Olgram Bennett. I am not sure who's going to get there first. I think it'll be Chloe Robinson for Hastings in lane 1. Hastings first, Tartan second, and Georgia Brazil finishing in lane 6 for Tartan. And we'll get ready for the varsity 200-yard relay. The freestyle relay, again, every swimmer swims a 50, a down and back of freestyle.
And at 18, girls 200-yard freestyle relay.
4 swimmers from each lane. Max is waving to us, one of the camera operators. We're giving a shout out to. And here we are for the start of the race, the 200 freestyle relay. In lane 1 for Hastings, Lila Saltzman, Chloe Arness, Sophia Kovalenka, and Mari Hall. In lane 2 for Tartan, Abigail Sorrow, Riley Hillstead, Gabby Fleming, and Ella Fahey. In lane 3 for Hastings, Ava McNamara, Kira Arness, Annika Reese, and Lily Meyer. Tartan lane 4, Lily Hunkel Moran, Reagan Hillstead, Brooke Singh, and Isabel Stark. In lane 5 for Hastings, Lauren Jenkins, Greta Larson, Josie Larson, and Emma Demlow. And in lane 6 for Tartan, Mia Richmond, Ella Tibetan, Carmen Richmond, and Mandy Whitman. So the second swimmers in the water for Hastings, this is Annika Reese, I believe, in lane 3 for Hastings. She's coming into the wall. It looks like the 3 Hastings teams are 1, 2, and 3. The third swimmer, I'm sorry, that was Kira Arness. This is Annika Reese in the water, the third swimmer for Hastings in lane 3, with her teammate in lane 1, Sophia Kovalenko, chasing her down. And in lane 5 for Hastings, the third swimmer is Josie Larson. The third swimmer for Tartan in lane 3, Gabby Fleming. In lane 4 is Brooke Singh, and in lane 6 is Carmen Richmond. The final swimmer is in the water for almost each relay. For the Hastings relays, it will be a close race between Lily Meyer and Mari Hall in lanes 1 and 3. With Emma Demlow for Hastings in lane 5. It looks like Mari Hall is pulling ahead, and Emma Demlow is chasing her teammate in lane 3. Lane 1 takes it. Lane 3 was second, and lane 5. Congratulations, ladies. What a great relay. .155.12 and 155.21. That is a close race. That was a fingertip. Nicely swam. We'd like to just mention that the next live broadcast for HCTV Sports will be girls volleyball, Hastings versus Prescott, next Tuesday, September 13th, 7 o'clock. That is a home game for the Raiders girls volleyball. Join us. We will move on to event 19, the girls 100-yard backstroke. This is the JV heat. Looks like we have 5 swimmers in the water. 100-yard backstroke. 4 lengths of backstroke. Again, the backstroke starts in the water. In lane 1 for Hastings, Caden Butler. In lane 3 for Hastings, Savannah Pikacek. In lane 4, Allie Howard for Tartan. In lane 5, Fiona Olsen for Hastings. And in lane 6 for Tartan, Georgia Brazil. Four lengths of backstroke. If you see the flags across the pool, those are specifically there for the backstrokers. Backstrokers figure out how to pace themselves and how many strokes they will take from the flags to the wall so that they don't hit their head, that they cruise into the wall, touch, and if they choose to flip turn or do an open turn, they know where the wall is. It looks like this race is being led by Allie Howard from Tartan in lane 4, followed by Savannah Pikacek from Hastings, Caden Butler from Hastings, and Fiona Olsen from Hastings. And Georgia Brazil in lane 6 from Tartan. Allie Howard finishes first. In a 1:36.44. Savannah from Hastings next in, followed by her teammate Fiona Olsen and Caden Butler from Hastings in lane 1. Georgia Brazil is just flipping for her last 25 to the wall. There are the times for the JV 100 backstroke. We'd like to take a moment to say thank you to our sponsor, Biermeyer Financial Management, Retirement Planning and Expertise. Grateful for their sponsorship. Of HCTV Sports. We are getting set for the varsity 100-yard backstroke. We have a full pool of 6 swimmers as the ladies jump in the pool, get themselves set. In order for the starter to start the race, the swimmers have to be steady and still. In lane 1 for Hastings is Sofia Kovalenko. In lane 2 for Tartan, Abigail Sorrow. In lane 3, Kira Arness from Hastings. In lane 4, Alexis Sanders from Tartan. And in lane 5, Clara Birkin from Hastings. Lane 6, Mandy Whitman, Tartan. It looks like Sofia is out to an early lead up in lane 1. Sofia Kovalenko from Hastings, followed pretty closely by her teammates Clara Birkin and Kira Arness. It is a very close race between Kira Arness in lane 3 and Clara Birkin in lane 5. The first Tartan swimmer is Abigail Sorrow in lane 2, followed by her teammates Mandy Whitman in lane 6 and Alexis Sanders in lane 4. Sophia does touch first. Looks like Clara Birkin touched second and Kira Arness in third for Hastings. And again, another very close race. We're talking hundreds of seconds. 111.93 and 111.69. That is a tight race. As these racers climb out, we'll get ready for the 100-yard breaststroke. It appears we have two JV heats of the 100 breaststroke. And that is Ian. Sorry, I had to quick remind myself. Glad we got all shout outs to our camera operators tonight who are doing a great job. It's fun to have two cameras and lots of different angles. Two swimmers in the pool. I'm thinking it is Taylor Barron from Tartan and Cameron Richmond from Tartan. 100 breaststroke, 4 lengths of breaststroke. Breaststroke could arguably be the most technical stroke to put together for a swimmer. Some people mistake it as a rest stroke. It is not. It is the breaststroke, and it is technical. The timing for the pull of the arms, the breath, and the kick is very, very important. And if you watch them, in order to keep moving forward as your body basically is coming out of the water and putting on the brakes, so to speak, is not easy. So the timing to get the pull, breathe, kick is crucial. These swimmers are doing a great job. We've got a shout out from a dad, Joe Bloomquist, to say, go Mandy Whitman. We like those shout outs. I apologize if that is not Dad, but we'll say go Mandy Whitman one more time. This is Carmen Richmond and Taylor Barron. Carmen is just finishing and Taylor's getting close. We'll move on to Heat 2 of JV.
Correction, Heat 1 was exhibition, Heat 2 is JV. In lane 2, Maggie Mix.
We have 5 swimmers for the second heat of the 100 breaststroke for JV. Maggie Mix from Tartan in lane 2, Chloe Robinson Hastings, lane 3. Mia Richmond, Tartan in lane 4. Stella Hilgers from Hastings in lane 5. And Sydney Couch for Tartan in lane 6. I was talking about breaststroke technique earlier, and if you're kind of a nerd of the sport of swimming, you might notice that these swimmers are doing the same stroke, but their body position and their head position varies significantly from swimmer to swimmer, because that is the technique of breaststroke. And a swimmer kind of has to figure out for themselves how to move through the water best at the breaststroke for themselves. And even at the top level of world championships and Olympians, if you watch the breaststroke, you would see a wide variety of technique. Those who come out of the water farther, those who are very close down to, stay down farther in the water. Some move their head a lot, some do not. But they have figured it out. Mia Richmond is leading this race in lane 4, followed by her teammate Sydney in lane 6. And we have Stella Hilgers from Hastings in 5, Chloe Robinson and Maggie Mix in lanes 3 and 2. A 1:38.92 was the winning time for that event. And we will move on to the 100 breaststroke for varsity.
Event 22.
We have a full pool, 6 swimmers. In lane 1, we have Emma Carter from Hastings. In lane 2, Reagan Hillstead from Tartan. In lane 3, Annika Reese from Hastings. In lane 4, Elizabeth Acola from Tartan. Lane 5, Izzy Green from Hastings. And in lane 6, Caitlin Ballas from Tartan.
Izzy Green. Lane 6, Caitlin Ballas.
And they're off. The underwater portion of every swim, every race is important. That is at the start and at the wall as they push off. That swimmers work on their underwaters. Izzy Green is pulling out to an early lead in lane 5, followed by Annika Reese in lane 3, and Reagan Hillstead in lane 2 for Tartan, and Elizabeth Acola in lane 4 for Tartan, followed by Emma Carter in lane 1 for Hastings and Caitlin Ballas for Tartan in lane 6. It looks like a really great race between lane 3 and lane 2. That's Hastings swimmer Annika Reese and Tartan swimmer Reagan Hillstead. Izzy Green is going to cruise into the wall to win this event. And another close race in lane 4 and in lane 1. Annika Reese comes in second, followed by Reagan Hillstead in lane 2. Nice racing. We will finish tonight with the 400-yard freestyle relay. This is a varsity heat. Each swimmer, 4 swimmers again, the relay. Each swim a 100 freestyle. It is a sprint. Each of them sprint the 100, the 4 lengths of freestyle as fast as they can. I mentioned the exchange between swimmers is crucial. In close races, it can mean everything. Six lanes full. This is 24 swimmers if I did my math right. Okay, in lane 1, Kira Arness, Emma Carter, Ashton Stewart, and Clara Birkin from Hastings. In lane 2 from Tartan, Ella Tvetin, Allie Howard, Sydney Couch, and Elizabeth Acola. From Hastings in lane 3, Ava McNamara, Stella Hilders, Josie Larson, and Emma Demlow. In lane 4 for Tartan, Riley Hillstead, Ella Fahey, Gabby Fleming, and Mia Richard. In lane 5 from Hastings, Izzy Green, Ellie Herrera Carlson, Sophia Kovalenko, and Lauren Jenkins. And in lane 6 from Tartan, Alexis Sanders, Maggie Mix, Lexi Radenki, and Caitlin Ballas. The second swimmers are up on the block getting ready for their teammate to get to the wall. It looks like Hastings teams in 3, 5, and lane 1. The second swimmers are in the water. For Hastings in lane 3, that is Emma Carter. No, I'm sorry. In lane 3, that's still Stella Hilders. Emma Carter's up in lane 1. And in lane 5 for Hastings, the second swimmer is Ellie Herrera Carlson. The second swimmer for Tartan in lane 4 is Ella Fahey. In lane 2 is Allie Howard, and in lane 6 is Maggie Mix. The second swimmers are going to turn for home in this, their last length of the 25, or the 100 free. It looks to me that there's a slight lead in lane 5, but in relays, leads change often. Into the pool go the third swimmers from Hastings. In lane 5, that is Sophia Kovalenko. In lane 3, that's Josie Larson. And in lane 1 for Hastings, that is Ashton Stewart. Third swimmer in the water for Tartan in lane 4 is Gabby Fleming. In lane 2 is Sydney Couch. And it is a close race between Hastings lane 5 and Hastings lane 3. The final swimmer is getting ready. In lane 5 for Hastings, that's Lauren Jenkins, and in lane 3 for Hastings, that's Emma Demlow. Final swimmer for Hastings in lane 1 is in the water. That is Clara Birkin. It looks like Lauren Jenkins in lane 5 for Hastings has pulled ahead just a little bit from Emma Demlow, who's chasing her down. Final swimmer in the water for Tartan is, in lane 4, is Mia Richmond. Lauren Jenkins is going to turn for home, followed by Emma Demlow for Hastings. We'll see if Emma can chase her down. I think Lauren is going to touch the wall first. The final swimmer for Tartan in lane 6 enters the water. That is Caitlin Ballas. Up in lane 1 for Hastings, Clara Birkin will come in. 3rd place for Hastings. And here comes Tartan in lane 4. That is Mia Richmond. In lane 2 for Tartan, Elizabeth Acola has one more length to go, followed by her teammate Caitlin Ballas is finishing up her 50, her last 50. Here comes Elizabeth into the wall. Nice race. Followed by Caitlin Ballas for Tartan in lane 6. That will be the final race of the night. We'll wait for the final score to be tabulated and get up on our scoreboard. We'll say thanks again for joining us. I'm always impressed when there is a swim meet or athletic game the first week of school, as everyone is getting used to a new schedule and everything. It's a big thing to have a meet and a event game the first week of school. So congratulations to all these swimmers.
Hastings 99, Tartan 74.
Final score of the meet was Hastings 99 and Tartan was 74. Hastings wins this meet. Thank you for joining us. I want to say thanks to our producer and director, Hunter Pinky. Camera operators tonight were Ian Andersek and Max Slocum. My name's Julie Urban. Thank you for being with us. We look forward to the next broadcast from the Hastings Middle School pool. Have a good night.